Hi, collective. How's everyone doing? I hope I find you all well. Thank you for returning, and hello if you are new. We have the full moon in Cancer coming up. Believe I do these usually for like the day ahead, but not too far ahead. Like, you know, I like doing it a little bit ahead. So, this full moon is called the cold moon or the frost moon, but it's also called the long night moon. It's the full moon closest to the winter solstice, December 21st, the longest night of the year. After Yule, the nights become shorter and the newly reborn Sun King gains in strength. Daylight returns and the days begin to grow longer. We're almost through the darkest part. Full moon in Cancer emphasizes looking at our patterns of beliefs, our behaviors, and emotions. Where the sun illuminates the truth we choose to reveal, shedding light on our ego, the surface, our exterior. The moon brings forth what the ego hides, whether out of fear or embarrassment or shame, or put out of protection, of things that aren't ready to be seen, sensitive, vulnerable, or unacknowledged things. Heralding the winter solstice, this full moon in Cancer is balancing the two. Things brought out from under the dark of the moon are explored. This energy is often uncomfortable for some. I am one of them. I don't do well with moon in Cancer or moon in Pisces because things look distorted in the dark. Imagine when you were young, laying in bed trying to fall asleep. In the daylight, you know that the pile of clothes on your chair by the door is a pile of clothes. But in the shadows, in the dark, in the moonlight, that thing that is a banal afterthought looks almost menacing. That's the power of the moon energy. Shadows and illusions come alive. Thing is, they are always there, but in the light of day, in the ego, we see them and know what they are, but the moon shows us what they are under the ego. When we're faced with our hidden aspects, we can be fearful of what we see, especially knowing that it's always a part of us, it's always there. But now we're being given a chance to confront and address and reconcile those aspects, bringing them forward into the light to be seen by the returning Sun King and integrated into the ego. It fosters balance and completeness. So let's see how this plays out in the tarot. Remember, not all messages will resonate for every person, so leave what doesn't resonate now, but keep it in mind because it might make sense at a later time. You are all at different points in the timelines. Like I say, I can read the script, but I can't tell you which character you all individually play or where you all choose to stand on the stage or whether you're involved or you're observing. I can only read the energy. So I did the pre-shuffle and I laid everything out. First light tarot, first card to drop out, we've got the Tower. That's upheaval energy. Storms, lightning, it's an alarming kind of feeling. There's something in the mists, I heard. But the Tower isn't necessarily a fearful energy. It's invigorating. Like this card also says about storms and electrical impulses and lightning. Now, I don't know about anyone else, but I am very affected by the weather. And when a storm is coming, especially a strong thunderstorm with a lot of lightning, I become invigorated. I become enlivened. I get giggly. I get, very, I don't know how to explain it. I just love the feeling because you can feel the static in the air. You can feel the electricity in the air. So that's the feeling that's coming in with this Tower card. Now, I think the reason they pair these together is because with the storm, especially harsh storms comes a little bit of destruction. And there's always a feeling of loss. There's always a feeling of it's a mess. You have to clean up after it. Things are lost. Things are strewn about. It's just um, chaos, right? But the key thing to remember about the Tower card is its liberation. It's taking things down that were false. It's taking down the illusion. Okay, and that plays in with the moon energy. This spread, I don't know if it's going to be confusing or straightforward because we've got two repeating cards, one upright, one down, one reversed each. Okay, so the first card we dropped, we got the Tower. Then when we drop the current energies, we've got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So this is a feeling of financial disputes and lack and lean times. You know what? I can't deny with what's going on in politics that people are just plain as worried about money. And it's coming through in the energies, and that's absolutely expected. Um, there's a fear of loss here. Now, whether it manifests that way is we have yet to see. But we have the fear here. Okay, we've got a Tower card and a Ten of Pentacles in reverse. There's going to be some kind of financial upheaval here. Then we've got, in looking forward energy, we've got the Three of Wands upright. And that is a great card. It's signifying there's motivation here. Now, it's also saying that there is the knowledge that in order to re-manifest something, there's going to be a sacrifice to be made, but I don't feel like this is a sacrifice that's going to hurt too much. There's always a feeling of enthusiasm with the Three of Wands, because Wands is a very active fire sign, fire energy. Okay, it's after the two. The Two of Wands is kind of like a liminal space, and liminal space is a space that's in between two states of being. Okay, so the Two of Wands is a crossroads, a threshold, a doorway that you are entering through. Now you're through it. Now you're at the Three of Wands. And you're here on the other side and you're surveying the scene. And granted, in the card, the scene looks pretty bleak. But there is a feeling of enthusiasm because it's not just bleak, it's clean. It's not barren. It's not made yet. So that's where the enthusiasm comes in. And it's looking forward of, boy, this is going to be hard work, but it's going to be worth it. There's motivation here. It's not a sad energy, you know? It's almost a feeling of, I'm glad I'm past that, but here I am now in this brand new space, and there's nothing here yet because I haven't made it yet. And I'm so excited to get started making this new thing. The next card we got was the Devil in reverse. This is wonderful energy. Usually when the Devil is upright, there was a choice here. This may have to do with some kind of arrangement, relationship, connection. I do have cups here, but I don't feel like this is a love connection. This may be a connection to an old set of beliefs, okay? An old way of thinking, an old way of life, an old way of living, an old way of working, something like that. The Devil is the lovers after life has ruined them. When you enter into the lovers connection, I'll hold this back this way because the lovers are naked, and I know YouTube doesn't like nakedness or whatever. But when you enter into the lovers connection, you're going into something that you feel is equitable and in good faith. Everything feels good. Everything, maybe that electricity, feeling is there. There's hope there. There's potential there. And you're coming into it with good intentions. Like, I feel like this connection will work. I love this thing. I love this person. I love the possibility here. Nothing looks bad. I've got what I need to bring to the situation. They have what they need. You know, everything is great when the lovers is the choice. But after life wrecks them a little bit, now we're here at the devil energy. And the devil is Capricorn energy. I forgot to say that. The tower is Scorpio energy, transformation. The devil is Capricorn energy. This is where we have to learn lessons. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, the god of death. And death comes through in the fall and the winter to take away tower energy, anything that has already been used up. Okay? Anything that's already done. You can't squeeze any more life out of whatever this is. Okay? Um, in reverse, when upright, the lovers are in chains, which means they are bound into obligations that are um, obstructing them. They become burdensome. You know, they become a prison, imprisoned in these obligations. But now that it's in reverse, those chains are falling off. So this is liberation, control, and release. You're regaining control of something. When the tower comes through, everything is out of control, out of our control. Okay? Everything is grasped, taken out of our hands, and tossed on, stomped on, lit on fire, pissed on, thrown away, whatever. That's tower energy. But devil reverse energy is taking that control back. Coming after the Three of Wands, this is really beautiful energy. Um, then next to the devil reversed, this was the first of the repeating cards. We got the tower again, but this time in reverse. So this may be trying to stall trying to stall the shakeup that you feel coming. Okay? Don't do that. Because it's interesting to here in the devil reversed, we've got the lovers with the chains falling off. Here in the tower reverse, we got two people falling out of the tower, okay? So this feels like maybe somebody didn't it just feels like a very out of control kind of energy. And we're kind of then again, a lot of it feels like back and forth, back and forth. It's like I want to do this, I don't want to do this. I'm excited to do this, I can't do this. I've got the go ahead to do this. Oh, I still have obligations. Things like that. The bottom card, the Anchor card, came out as the Seven of Cups in reverse. So the Seven of Cups I describe as my vision board, the vision board card, where you look at all the possibilities and you daydream and you make plans and you think of what you would love to do, what you need to do, what you would like to do. You know, everything on that vision board represents a different journey going towards a different goal, and that's what the Seven of Cups represents. You got to pick your journey. Okay, but in reverse, there's a temptation here of sitting in the illusion for a little while. We got a lot of reversals. A couple are very good, but a couple feel like stagnation, like we're stuck, like we're scared, like there's something that we can't go towards. But why can't we go towards it? Is it this Ten of Pentacles in reverse? Is it because there's um things in the finances that we're not sure about? Also, upright Seven of Cups is dreaming big but making good decisions, right? It says dream big but choose wisely. Now, in reverse, maybe we're not choosing so wisely. I think that fear is coming into play. I think people are trying to play it safe because this also says reality. There's a temptation to be diverted, okay? There's a temptation to let the cups of hope fall empty. And I think that has to do with this Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Now, the other card, usually I only drop one other card from the Tarot, the Divine, but two came out this time and I was intrigued. Now, where we have here with the anchor position the Seven of Cups in reverse, which is letting reality tempt us into diversion. Okay, here we have it in the upright. So we kind of get past this, and I'm glad. And I feel like this might have to do with Mercury going direct in the next day or two in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a really great, expansive, fiery, optimistic energy. Okay. Now here we have the Seven of Cups upright. Now we're back to dreaming big, and we know we have to choose which one. On top of that, we dropped Temperance, and I kept it because Temperance came out in the last reading, and I'm not sure if it's been coming out, you know, in the last several readings. But it's interesting to see it move through the spreads. Like, I think the first time it fell out, like maybe a week ago, it was here on the left, which means it's like um, energy that's right in the immediate past or still working through the present, and then it started like to move its way through the spread. Now it's the last card here. So I feel like we finally realized that the last thing we need to do, if we're going to actually manifest this Seven of Cups, we need to find balance. And Temperance is Sagittarius energy, and Mercury is going. Mercury, it's stationary for the moment, and in the next day or so, it's going to go back direct. I hope everybody got out of Mercury retrograde intact. I know my computer was acting up. It's a lot of communication issues. There may have been miscommunication. I feel mostly because this past Mercury retrograde was in Gemini. I feel like there was a lot of reviewing of old information, old things that we thought we knew. Okay, there was if you follow politics, a lot of things were coming out that we thought were going to be true but ended up being complete lies, and that seems to be a motif with this coming administration, and that definitely played out this time. But now it's going direct. Did I get that right? Direct in Sagittarius, but I thought it was in Gemini. Hang on a second. I'm going to double check that. Where do we have Mercury? Yeah, it's in Sagittarius. Okay. Fantastic. What would I say? Oh, the moon was in Gemini. My bad. I'm sorry. Moon was in Gemini. That's where we were finding out things were a lie. Remember what I said, that the moon is the energy that we keep hidden? There were hidden lies that were coming out. I say lies because Gemini is an air sign. It deals with information and truth, and it's neutral energy. Mercury is neutral energy. It doesn't give a shit, okay, about how we process it. All it does, it's just an information dump. And it's like, here, this is the facts. Do with it what you will. That's where we come in. So we've got here Mercury going direct in Sagittarius. Wonderful energy. I love Sagittarius. Wait a second. I hit the wrong thing. I hope the camera's still working. There we go. It's not just balance. It's integrating forces, okay? Alchemy. This is combining things and showing yourself a little mercy and grace. I love Temperance energy because it's the back and forth of mixing things so that the medicine is correct, okay? And I say medicine as a very umbrella term for energy that will set something right, okay? Whether physically, financially, health-wise, medicine to me is energy that will set the course correctly. So somewhere here there was imbalance, and we see that with everything here. Everything was knocked out of whack with this. But now with Temperance here, we're getting a chance to recalibrate. That has been playing out too. Recalibrating. But it's more than that. It's seeing all her hands. I feel she reminds me of like when someone's cooking and they're reaching for all different ingredients, and this to me looks like she's got 8 hands reaching for all different kinds of ingredients in order to mix it together to get the right taste, the right dish, the right amount of this and the right amount of that. And this falling out on top of the 7 of Cups like this. So we got the 7 of Cups choosing, and then Temperance with all her hands in the mix. If this were reversed, I would almost caution against too many hands in the mix, but it's not. It's getting all the right ingredients together, you know? They're showing me an old-fashioned chemist. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. And then let's see what happens. That was the core of science before the modern day, when it was still quote unquote magic, when it was still alchemy, when it was still called alchemy. It was just mixing things together and seeing what would happen. Sometimes they'd explode. Sometimes you made a new element. Sometimes you made a cure for something. Sometimes, something, it was just that energy of let's mix this together and see what happens. And that's very Sagittarian energy because they like to experience things. I knew a few I knew a few people with Sagittarius energy, and it's always like, I don't know, let's see what happens. We're never going to find out until we try it, you know? So let's try to mix this time, and let's try to mix it this way this time. So there's a great energy here of, even after this setback, even after this devil energy, remember it's in reverse, we're coming out of that. We're casting off the shackles. And here with the Tower reversed, hang on. Oh. Hey, I feel like there's some energy in the collector where it's going to feel like something hits you twice. But again, I want you to remember that Tower energy only hurts when you don't want to let it go. The devil energy here with this casting off of the chains of bondage, it is literal liberation, and that's what the Tower upright is, liberation. But then we've got the Tower reverse, which feels like you're walking right back into what your chains were. Don't do that. Because if you do that, then here we are down at the 7 of Cups in reverse, reality telling you can't have what you wanted. You can't have what you dreamt of. So, if this is in the 3D mundane financial area for some people, like I only have the 10 of Pentacles here, but I mean, I feel like that's enough. Don't let the setback ruin your plans, basically, because the 3 of Wands is planning. It's motivation, knowing what to sacrifice, okay? That's the key, knowing what to sacrifice. It's motivation and sacrifice, but what do you sacrifice? That's what you have to figure out. That's the key here. Oh, I'm glad I got that clarified. That's the key here. Motivation and sacrifice, the devil in reverse, the Tower in reverse, the 7 of Cups in reverse. There is sacrifice here, but you get to decide what that is. Okay? And definitely sacrifice whatever it was that was keeping you in devil energy, in the chains of obligation, to something that was already dead. Let that go. Tower is here, upright. That means it's being taken away. Let it go. If you don't let that go, then you're just going to tumble around in a tower that's crashing down, and that's how you get the tower in reverse. You're still hanging on to it. You got to let it go. And once you let it go, here we are with the Seven of Cups in the upright. You're back to being able to choose, to dream big. And then you have Temperance energy here, which is encouraging you to find a different way to combine things in order to bring this to fruition. Okay? But you can't get there if you keep trying to live in a tower that's falling down. Okay? Choose what you have to sacrifice. And usually, not usually, but in this case, you are being given the go ahead to cast off things that you had made a promise to before, but it turned sour. It's tainted now. You know what I mean? Now you're in an energy of liberation. But now there's others in the collective that I just heard the liberation was the tower. Like maybe there was something you didn't want to be released from. There, yeah, I mean the devil card does say that it does have jurisdiction over the idea of codependence, of neediness, of like almost addictive behavior, to something negative. But you're given the opportunity to cast that off. And I think the idea of being free from that caused some in the collective to feel out of control. That's that tower in reverse. And this is trying to avoid that. You can't avoid it. This is major arcana energy to the max, which means this is energy that we do not have any say over. This is just a fact, a fixed point. The wheel turns. And when you hang on to it and try to keep it from turning, your hands get bloody. It's ripped out of your grasp and you're left in pain. So let whatever Saturn, like the last reading, the title was let death collect his due, because the death card came through. Another Scorpio energy, just like the tower. This time we have Saturn and Pluto energy. They're both aspects of death. Saturn is the reaper proper. He comes through and collects the dead. But where does he take it? He takes it to Hades, the Pluto, the ruler of Scorpio, the transformer. Allow this transformation to happen, because if you hang on to what was toxic, you're never going to get to choose the Seven of Cups. All you're going to get is somebody telling you the reality is you can't choose right now. That's sick. You do have a choice. Okay? And if you say something like, you're right, I can't do this, bam, you're right back in devil energy. You just put your chains back on. Okay? I love this ending over here with the Seven of Cups upright in Temperance, because it's telling you you can do it. You just have to rearrange some things. Okay? And it might scare other people who are observing, or it might scare you that you have to rearrange some things, but it's absolutely necessary, and it's okay to rearrange things. It's okay to say, well, I have this formula and I tried it, but this didn't work. So I'm going to take this component out. Could be a person, could be a job, it could be the way you do something, the way you think about something, the way you feel about yourself, the way you approach the situation. You say, I'm going to tweak this a little bit. And then I'm going to rearrange this to go, you know what I mean? You got to change things up. Got to recalibrate. Because you can have it. But you just have to know what to sacrifice for it. And it's going to maybe feel like it hurts, because the devil, Saturn energy is pretty difficult energy. He's the taskmaster. He's the teacher, but he also deals karma. It's an interesting kind of different vibration of Libra, where Libra tallies out the karma because she deals with the scales of justice. But Saturn brings it. Saturn delivers the karma. Okay? So make sure your karma's good. And make sure you make the best decisions for you and for whatever future you're trying to work towards. Okay? When I laid a ancestor oracle card, we got the moon. What did I say about repeating cards? We've got the repeating tower, upright and reverse. We got the repeating seven of cups, reverse and upright, and now we've got the moon repeating. Because we're doing moon in Cancer. So let's read the moon. Take note of intuitive messages. Let me turn down the brightness real quick. I hope the music's not too loud. I might just turn it down for a second. There we go. Okay. The moon. Take note of intuitive messages. What was I saying about listening to what's underneath? Okay. Listening to what's under the ego and bringing it into the light so that the ego can integrate it. That's what this full moon is about. It says use your intuition, practice discernment, see through illusions and blockages. That's that tower energy. And the devil, that's blockages. It says lunar energies are surrounding your life, allowing you to understand what is standing in your way. Not everything is as it seems, and you're being guided to use your discernment. When the moon appears, intuitive or psychic urges are increased. Okay, so I'm sorry, these words are really tiny. So take note of any feelings arising at this time. They're messages from your soul and angels. The moon shines her light on all that is being kept in the dark. So ask yourself if you're avoiding anything or refusing to deal with something of importance. That's that tower reverse energy, because the meaning is trying to avoid or forestall a looming shakeup. Perhaps you're trying to forestall it because perhaps you're trying to forestall it by not making a decision. You think by not making a decision, you'll pause the tower. If you're refusing to deal with something of importance, it could be holding you in the shadows. I'm sorry. Let me start over. It could be holding you in the shadows when your destiny is to be in the light. Oh my God. The lighting here. I have every light in my house on right now, and it's still almost too dark for me to read. If this card appears when you feel someone isn't being completely real with you, know that their intentions will be revealed. The moon has no secrets. She reveals all. That last sentence is telling me even if the person that it says if you feel someone isn't being completely real with you, even yourself, are you being real with yourself? And if not, then those inner intentions are going to come to the forefront because it's being upheaved with this tower energy. Maybe that's what the tower was. You realizing that you wanted something different, casting off those chains so that you could pursue that Seven of Cups. But realizing that you can't get there just yet because there's still some things that you need to rearrange to get there. Okay? Boy, I apologize for the stuttering, but I do warn that I stutter. So, I hope this is resonating. I hope the messages are reaching you for your highest good. If you're vibing with my content, please take a moment to leave a thumbs up, leave me a like, share, subscribe. It helps the algorithm get my content seen. In the description, you'll find my email and donation links. I'm open for personal readings and birth chart inquiries. And for any small donation, I would love to do you a 3-card spread as a thank you. So email, Venmo, Cash App in the description. I appreciate any and all feedback, signal boost, or donation. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Let's go and get the last oracle cards for the collective and get some final advice, words of wisdom, words of encouragement, words of warning for the collective, for the moon in Cancer, Mercury going Mercury going direct in Sagittarius. Let's do this, please. Okay. Oh, Pluto's in play. There's some confusion here with the clouds. I don't doubt that. Oh, bananas. Sorry, that might be loud in the... We got 333 here. Angels and spirit are near you. It says, we hear you. That's too many. Okay. Oh, get ready. It's on like Donkey Kong. There might be a 222. Okay, see, this is the beginning of the cycle. That makes sense because we are in the very beginning. We're 3 days into the 12/12 portal. That's going to continue on until, oh shoot, when I believe I'm going to extend it to New Year's. Usually I give it about 2 weeks. I think that's good. Because then we're back into the 1/1 portal. All right, what else we got? Spirit is listening. Hell yeah. Oh, you're giving too many fucks. That's that devil energy. The finger. So, let's show you everything that we dropped here. We dropped 6 of Cups in reverse, stuck in the past. That makes sense because we got a lot of reversals here. A lot of feeling of being dragged back towards energy that we're supposed to be processing past already. Okay, stuck in the past, 6 of Cups in reverse. Now with the 6 of Cups, it's almost the feeling of the Lovers. In fact, they're both number 6. So the 6 of Cups is nostalgia for a time period where everything was wonderful, everything was good, everything was equitable and fun, and there was no pressure, no obligation, there was no lies, deceit. Everything was, full cups, just like the 7 of Cups. In the 7 of Cups, you're dreaming about getting something like that back again. With the 6 of Cups, those were full cups, full of beauty and love and acceptance. It almost feels like a younger version of the Lover's card, which is a connection that was pure before life got to ruin it. I often use that description for the 6 of Cups. It's nostalgia for a time when things were good, but with it in reverse, it's like being stuck in that, stuck in wishing for that. And maybe that's why the 7 of Cups is in reverse here. Then we drop Pluto. Now, where is Pluto? I think Pluto is just fingertip deep in Aquarius right now, and it's a slow mover, so it's just entering Aquarius again. This is the underworld. He rules he rules Scorpio, which we have here in the tower twice. upright and reverse. So again, Pluto energy is the underworld. It's the aspect of death where Saturn with the devil is the reaper. Pluto, the underworld, is where the dead go. Okay, where Saturn brings the dead. There in the underworld, they are judged, they have to shed the old, they have to purge everything about the old life, tower energy. Purge everything about the old cycle. Then you have to work on the karma. And that's deciding if there were lessons you didn't learn, then you have to take those lessons again. If you learned all your lessons, then you can move on to purification and rest. Okay, that's Pluto, the underworld. This is creative destruction. It's the wrecking ball. It's purging, evolving, it's death and rebirth, and it is transformation. Okay, let death collect what is his. That's the lesson that came out in the last reading, and allow yourself to transform past it. Okay, then we got the clouds card. This is confusion, hidden secrets, doubt, misunderstanding, insecurity, and not enough information. Okay, you might be stuck there. That could be because Mercury is just coming out of retrograde. So that's going to be alleviated soon. Then you've got Spirit is listening. We've got a little phone. And then we've got 333. We hear you. Okay? We got Spirit is listening and 333. We hear you. Okay. Then we've got the Mountain card. This is a major challenge to overcome. No duh. We've got the Three of Wands here right after the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. That is definitely a major challenge. We've also got Get Ready. It's on like Donkey Kong. We've got the boxing gloves. You might have to contend with people who don't want you to make these changes, but this also might be contention with yourself because you don't want to make these changes. You're scared. You got the devil in the tower twice. I'd be scared too. But we can't move past anything if we just freeze and get stuck in the past. Then we have 222, keep the faith. Timely and auspicious opportunities are coming. Stand strong in your personal truths. But then we also got the finger. It says you're giving way too many fucks in this situation. You gotta let it go and give less fucks. Okay, give more fucks for yourself. The other people, they don't deserve your fucks. So that's what I have for you, collective. That's the moon in Cancer. I'm sorry for the stuttering. When I start tuning into the channel, I see more than I can. I see more things than I can. The words, I'm doing it again. I see more things visually, but they move so quickly that I can't verbally process them all together. Oh, you know what's funny is that I was born with Mercury already going retrograde, so to me that's the natural energy. So when Mercury is going direct for everybody else, it's reversed for me. So my communication energy when everyone else is going really good, my stuttering kicks into gear even more. So if you want to see what this looks like from above or from my vantage point, I will post pictures of the cards on the community tab and on the Instagram, Gem314 Tarot on Instagram. That's what I have for you. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you in a couple days. I'm going to get through this moon in Cancer with a nice long nap. And until I see you again in a couple days, okay, thanks, bye.